Ready. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Will Zambis, and on behalf of my illustrious coach, the one and only Coach Sonic Jones, we are going to get this Tuesday night training event recap all underway. What we'd like to do, as it is customary to do on such trainings, I want to go ahead and open up the microphone to Coach Sonic Jones and see if he has any wisdom he would like to share with our community before we get started with the other part of the training. So, Coach, got anything you want to share? Anything that is on your heart to talk about, or ideas you want to re-emphasize from the last 90 days? Anything at all? The floor is yours.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. Once again, man, I appreciate the invite to come out and train at the boot camp. Like I said there, and as you know, because you kept hounding me, what's your topic? What's your topic? And I was like, I don't know it. But it kind of just came to me one morning. God woke me up with some things on my heart, and what I realized is I needed to train on some things that I needed to implement as well. And so, this is where treat your business like a business. Are you open for business? Are you treating your business with respect and respecting the business hours thing really came from? And so for those that were there live and for those that caught that training virtual, I'm going to let you know that, as we often do, we give our homework. It is going to be my expectation, especially if you're doing anything with me, but it is my expectation, and I'm sure it'll be Mr. Xander's expectation as well, that everybody sets their business hours, that everybody has their 20 reasons listed, that everybody's walking around with their top 4, and that you are giving these reasons to your coach as well as your business hours, and you're having your daily activity set, because that is going to be what is necessary to help get you, everyone here, to the next level. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mr. Zanders. And once again, I appreciate everything. Let's go ahead and let's get this thing started, sir.
Man, love it, man. And I appreciate that recap. And y'all can just hear the copious amounts of individuals hopping onto the Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you right now, while we're on, we have an absolutely stellar panel of top earners on the call tonight. Not just myself and Coach Jones, but also Charlotte Whitaker, Shefflo Forster, award winners, Derek Jamott, industry veterans like Denise as well. Miss Betty Chandler. We have a lot of rock stars on the call tonight. I could keep calling people out, but I don't want to forget anybody at all. But we have so many leaders on the call tonight. Coach Marcus Jones, of course, and many others are signed. No one's who you know as well. Miriam Karim, another one of our award winners. Rick, we even have Megan Pope, a young lady from Louisiana, on one of the greatest violinists I have ever heard. Tanya Callahan, another one of our up and coming stars, as well as Stephen and many other people like Mr. Charles Price, who y'all had a chance to meet this weekend. So, Will, what's your point in naming these individuals? Could have named a whole lot more people, by the way, but I'm gonna tell you, if you have a question about anything that I'm talking about, anything that Coach Sonic just referenced, I think we might even have Tommy on the call tonight. What I want you to do is you can put those questions in the chat. Okay, and there's a ton of leaders and bona fide up and coming leaders who are going to be able to answer some of those questions for you in there. Just let me do another quick run through. I just don't want to forget anybody when I go through naming individuals. But every time I start scrolling through the list, we get another person dialing in. I see Glamour's on tonight, and the list resets. Okay, so every time people hop on. I see Kenya's on as well, Lynn Holan. Yeah, Lillian Corville, Linda Buzzy. We got a lot of rock stars on the call tonight. Lynette, Fritz, Rick. Yeah, this is gonna be a good call, y'all. So do yourselves a favor. If you got questions, man, don't be afraid to ask these questions in the chat. I think we even have Tina Rose Human on the call tonight. Ask your questions in the chat and get the answers from the people who know what they're doing. And we got dozens of them on the call tonight. So you're in the right place in the right time. So let's hurry up and dive into just a quick recap of some of the things we covered. We covered 5 different modules of training at the event, in addition to Coach Sonic's training, which was absolutely phenomenal, by the way, absolutely phenomenal. And one of the sections that we had at the training was called 10 Principles to Explode Your Business. So very briefly, I just want to go through maybe 3 of those, and that will help everyone to just because what is remembered is repeated, and what is repeated is remembered. And that'll help everybody kind of understand just some of the highlights of that particular module through the recap. So one of the principles that we covered under 10 principles to explode your business is going to be the real money in network marketing. Okay, we call it the real money in network marketing. There's a lot of money in fast start bonuses, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of money in recruiting and retailing, getting people into the business. But I can tell you personally, as a documented seven-figure earner in this industry and a top earner at several companies prior to HBN, that the real money in network marketing is in retention. The real money, especially when you look at the green organics family of companies, you look at HB and look at GoDesigner, it's easy to get people in. Okay, let me just ask a question in the chat. How many people find it simpler, easier, or more effective recruiting people to this program as more than other programs? And I see we have maxed out the Zoom. I love maxing out the Zoom. That's on purpose. The Zoom is maxed out. So anybody who was not on early, who is not on right now, cannot get in. I guess next week, they can try it again. So whenever we max it out, we're gonna give away $100 on Cash App tonight. So we're gonna roll with that. All right. And I'll be let me write that down. I don't forget. $100 Cash App giveaway. Coach Sonic, you get to pick a trivia question, so I'll double back to the end. We'll give away $100 tonight, or you can just pick a random number. Totally up to you, Coach. You decide.
Well, I
So
don't
that's
want to.
great.
I don't want to mess up anybody's chances of money, but this the power Zoom. I got 500 seats on here.
Oh no, no! Come on, Coach. What sucks? I'm already with it now, so we got to give away $100 anyway. So good deal.
You
So
got it.
look, I already spoke it, so it's got to happen now. So what happens is, look, I don't want to talk. Look, Coach Sonic Jones. Wait, hold on, man. You know what? He's showing out. God, dog. Yeah, I knew it. Sounded like Coach Marcus. Yeah, we giving away $200 tonight, y'all. Coach Marcus done done that thing he do. Well, he's never gonna let one millionaire outdo another millionaire. He said, "We'll go with 100. I'm matching that." So we giving away $200 prizes tonight on the call. You got a lot of people at a lot of companies do a lot of training calls. They're not making the money you think they're making, and that's why they don't never give nothing away. They don't never try to bless nobody. They don't care like that. And just for the record, this is not even talking about the money that I know for sure Coach Sonic, First Sergeant Sergeant Whitaker, myself, and especially Coach Marcus, we give away a lot that biblically and scripturally speaking, we never talk about ever. And that is because it's not about pride or anything like that. It's just about giving and things like that. So we love it. So thank you, Coach Marcus, for doing that, man. I appreciate you. All right. So moving on, the real money in network marketing is going to be about retention. If you can't keep your core group together, you're going to have an issue because people, companies, especially the social media, are always competing for your organization. And we gave you a retention system built step by step. We went into excruciating detail about a retention system that you need to have in business. You don't have to use the one that we taught. You might create one yourself, but you will need some semblance of system where you can keep people engaged in the business and know exactly when they're about to fall off the map because it happens all the time in network marketing. But we have some incredible retention system here. All right. Now, next up, another concept that we want to talk about is going to be niches. There are riches in niches. This is another concept that'll explode your business. And all this stuff is covered in the replay, obviously, for those who have the replay. If you did not have a ticket already, you do not have access to the replay. So we're not doing any, oh, well, I know it's 3 weeks later. Can we get access to replay? No, you can't. It's what it is. People have got to, at some point, start treating the businesses and the opportunities to learn, even if it's just online. You got to treat that stuff with respect. You have to treat it with a sense of urgency, and you have to treat it with some semblance of due diligence because it's not about you. It's about your organization who isn't at your level yet. And some information they're going to need. Okay. So the next thing that we talked about out of the 10 principles, we'll cover two more, was there are riches in niches. So I want you to write down this acronym, WHAT. Okay, that particular acronym, WHAT, is a really big deal. When you're talking to certain people, you can use any technique you want to recruit people. You can make a Facebook post, you can use a script, you can do anything you want to do to recruit people or get them to take a serious look at your business. However, if you know what their motivations are before they start talking about them, you give yourself a lot more opportunity to get possibly acquire a customer or possibly even a new team member at any one of those levels, the 10 BV level, the 25 to 50 or the 100, based on understanding what general niches there are in America today. So WHAT, that W is going to stand for wealth. Most people do want to make more money. Most people do have some credit card debt or some type of debt, a home or a car that they want to pay off, or maybe, excuse me, some people are at the level where they want to just have some cash on hand. I was talking to a gentleman earlier who keeps $1 million cash in a safe at his home at all times. Okay, keeps a million cash in his safe at his house at all times. I want to get to that level now. I felt inspired. I need to have more cash on hand. So my point is, some people have motivations, and even people who are already wealthy, guess what? They want to be more wealthy. People who already have a yacht, guess what they probably want? They want a bigger yacht. It's weird, but you're moving up in different levels. So people who have no money typically want more money. People who have a lot of money typically want more money. Very rarely are people, if they're being honest, at a level where they want no more financial upside at all. When I hear people in network marketing say things like, I'm not in it for the money, that's fine. That normally people sound like that years after they've been in the industry, and on a subconscious level they've given up on making the big money. So now it's just about products, and it makes them feel better if they say things like, nah, I'm just here to help people, I'm just here to for the product. And I can tell you that is just a subconscious defense mechanism, because they have not had that success, and they're doubting that they can never really have it, because and again, that happens when you don't give people something that they can do, something that they feel they can do, a system perhaps to recruit in retail. All right. Now we don't have that problem here, obviously, but it's the principle. Okay. When people say things like, I'm just in it for the products, I just want to help people, that's great. But you do know every time you put the products into the hands of a person, you get paid. So the people who help the most people coincidentally make the most money. When you look at the leaderboard and you see people in our organization who are 8 out of 10 spots on the leaderboard, sometimes 10 out of 10, sometimes 6, 7 out of 10. When you see that, you got to understand that those are the people who got products into the hands of more people. So if you've made the most money, you've impacted the most lives on the product side by default. So if you really want to help people, and you really have a heart for people, and you really want to help people with life-changing transformational products like Black Seed Oil and this, that, and the third, you probably are going to make a lot of money by default. And if you're not making the money you want, you're simply not impacting enough lives. And that's why these trainings are so important, because, like we just discussed basically all weekend long, we teach you exactly what to say and do to become successful. If you attended live or online, for particularly my live people, because y'all got some extra bonus stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you please put in the chat um, how how impactful that you feel it was? Okay, in there. Now on the other side of it, you have people who start off as customers. Y'all can look in the chat and you can see the impact that these techniques had on people's lives. In fact, we did I got a text message from Paula, from my owner and CEO, yesterday, I think it was. And she said, Will, next time y'all have a boot camp, y'all got to let me know if y'all doing a hot market contest like y'all do, because they had 104 orders in 30 minutes on the weekend. And then a bunch more came after that, because I know people like Nakia and Ed and others. And I think Jessica as well, and Charlotte was still getting orders all after the fact. So it was over 100 orders in a 30-minute period. Now, there are people working in the warehouse on Saturday, but it's typically a skeleton crew, because how many people you need in the warehouse shipping our product on a Saturday? I tell you what, we put them boys to work. And Paul was like, well, you got to let us know if y'all organization is going to be doing something, because we didn't even have the staff to go pick, package. We didn't even have, they died that day. They was mad. And so we was like, it is what it is. Y'all, hey, we'll be getting it popping in Dallas shortly. And so that was a reflection of you. So I want to give kudos to you, that your impact, y'all ability, y'all skill, y'all coachability, over 100 orders in 30 minutes. And the orders kept coming in all day after that, by the way, that y'all are impacting live. Y'all had some people got paid for overtime, and they loved that money. So y'all did great, man. That was all on y'all. It was very coachable, and it was beautiful. So people do want to make more money. That is going to be the W in niches. The H is going to stand for health. So there are some people who get started with our companies literally just for the product, and they'll fall in love with the compensation plan today, tomorrow, at some point in the future, or possibly never. Okay, but they're here for the product, and that is very, very special. That's why they come. Now, that's going to be a smaller group of people initially. Um, a smaller group of people initially than the money makers. But when people come and get involved with the product out the gate, which is really amazing, they're going to develop a really, really good personal testimonial and story and emotional impact about the product. So the W in what stands for wealth. About 80% of people are going to be motivated by money. The H is going to stand for health. About 20% of people care about their health so much that they're really ready to buy a product to change their life, be it black seed oil, be it some weight loss oil, be it some product that is going to impact their life. They have a condition or something that they really want to have. So yes, think about buyers to builders. So that is a huge niche as well. Now let's talk about the next one is going to be A. Okay. A is going to stand for associations. Some people are healthy, I'm going to tell you. Some people have the amount of income they want, or they have other ways and means of having the life of their dreams, totally up to them, which is amazing. Um, but they need associations. They really want the community and the support and the friendship and the brotherhood and the sisterhood and the diversity and the inclusion that we create here. The number one thing that I heard this weekend from people, other than talking about the products and the pay plan, obviously, was something along the lines of, I love it here because I feel loved. Okay. I feel like people care about me. Okay. It was more hugs and tears and high fives and friendships, bonds made. It is hard to for people who came to family dinner Sunday night, which was amazing. Okay, at Lambert, that was amazing. I'm so glad that worked out the way it did. We took over Lambert's, by the way. We took over Lambert's. Okay, it was the takeover that day. If you caught a roll, put that you caught a roll. How many people? Because at Lambert's, for y'all who weren't there, Lambert's is called the home of the throwed roll. You got to talk to Lynn and Rick about this. It's amazing. They are throwing rolls across the restaurant like football. Tommy caught two. I think I caught two. Angie said she caught one. Seymour caught. Yeah, if you didn't catch a roll, Lynn, Charlotte caught two. If you didn't catch a roll, you missed out, man. You got to catch a roll. It's like a rite of passage apparently now at Lambert's, and them things was banging. Them rolls was banging, and so it's hard. Good job, Belinda Smith. Yeah, we catching rolls out here. Some people is fumbling rolls. It was terrible, but we have good hand-eye coordination with our team. Dee Dee Wright said that's her hometown. That's what I'm talking about. CP Charles Price caught a roll. Yeah, I ate several. I ate Tanya roll was next to me. I almost snatched Rick Oak roll off his plate. If Lynn wouldn't have ate his roll, Steve, and I'm jacking rolls out. It was delicious, man. I was eating everybody else's food. It's what it is. Now, here's the point about us. Yeah, Selena, we was full that night, right? Them potatoes was banging. Don't even remind me. Eddie said he's still full. Okay. Glamour said the weekend was so amazing. It is hard to not build a relationship when you're breaking bread with people. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the product. It is about the people. And if you're not part of an organization like a company, basically, that has no opportunity for you to meet your people and love on them in a safe space and at an environment, you're missing out on arguably the best part of network marketing, which is going to be the associations. Now, for a purely selfish motive, what a lot of people would say, you are the sum total of the five people you spend the most time around, okay, on the phone, online, or in person. And one of the number one things you could have did to increase your business was to come rub shoulders with some people who may be one or two levels above you in the business, because that anointing, okay, just metaphysically speaking, is going to rub off on you, okay, and they can't stop it. It's like when there's a verse in the New Testament where someone knew, they just said, man, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, talking about Jesus, by the way, if they can just touch his garment, they would heal. Some of that healing energy would come off on them. And Jesus literally in the New Testament turned and said, who touched me? I felt some power go out. Who did that? Now he knew who it was, obviously. We're talking about the risen Son of Man. But he said that, okay, he said that so that we who are reading the word thousands of years later would know the mindset and the metaphysical processes which happen when a physical touch takes place. Okay. There is an energy transfer there where people do not really have much of a choice about whether or not they're handing off a certain type of helpful energy to you. Okay, it worked that way for Jesus. It works that way for us. The Bible even says in the New Testament, all the things I've done shall ye do, and even greater work shall ye do. So when you over there and you shake Coach Marcus' hand, you don't know it yet. You're becoming a better network marketer. He's giving you some of that $1 million energy right there. There's plenty to go around. When you see Coach Sonic and you shake his hand and say, man, what an incredible training. Okay. You are literally getting that energy. That vibration is going to shift. Your cellular frequency is going to change. And that is a scientific and spiritual principle. It's just back then they didn't have the mechanisms to quantify it and to formulate it. So they use different terminology. But trust and believe, it is not different. That is still how it works today. And if people understood that, they would spend a lot more time with the right people, a lot less time with the wrong people, and you would take every single opportunity that you can have to be around people that are emotionally, financially, or physically, maybe just 1 or 2 steps beyond you in the process. Never be too proud and never forsake the fellowship of the brethren. Okay, you always want, just like you go to church, possibly for people who do. If you don't, that's okay. But people who do, there's a certain amount of energy. Even people like to go to concerts. It's a certain amount of energy when you go to a concert with your friends or music you like. There's a certain amount of energy that is transferred in any of these situations. Okay, so that's associations. They are crucial. All right, and last but not least, the last niche is going to be T. All right, and the T is going to stand for time. So let me tell you the quick nutshell of how that works. If you're talking to a person who is younger, millennials or younger, that's it, Tina. Thank you. Younger. Okay, younger. You're talking to a younger person. Younger people are typically healthy. Yeah. They typically have a bunch of broke friends. They typically have a bunch of free time because they haven't picked a career yet. But what do young people not have? What does their niche want more than anything? Do they really want to know about a product that helps gene expression inside the body? No. What do young people? Young people want wealth. They want money. Okay, that is what young people need. So when you're talking to young people, who I mean, and I think all of us are young, but I mean young. I mean Jonas and Megan and younger. All right, that's the Megan Polk. I mean, I mean the younger group, millennials and younger. They got time, they got friends, they got health, they ain't got no money. I'm telling you. And it's a thing. So when you're talking to them, really learn how to be professional as far as getting them to understand a pay plan. Okay. Now understand there are middle-aged people too, and people who are slightly older, okay, who need money too. But when you're talking to youngsters, that needs to be the focus 80% of the time, unless they tell you otherwise. The next thing is going to be health. Okay. Now, when we're talking about people that are sometimes older or younger who have acute health conditions, but typically as we get older, I can tell you personally, we feel a little different. You feel a little different at 40 than you did at 30. You may feel a little different at 60 than you do at 50. You may feel differently at 70 than you do at 30. It just kind of depends. But typically, for people who are not in our business already, they got health problems we can address. Okay, if you got off more than 2 or 3 prescription drugs, put in the chat how many prescription drugs you got off of as a result of these products. Okay, if you got off, put the number of prescription drugs that you are no longer using. Okay, now just for the numbers I've seen so far, it's already over 200. Just the people on this call, I've already seen people off over 200. We're probably getting up into the 200 and 300 now with these products. Okay, so just understand it's so much more. All right, people have issues that we can help, and so when you're talking to them, that's what you want to do. And thank you for everybody sharing those testimonials as well. It's a lot. Okay, and when you're off prescription drugs, you feel better, you look better, you move better, and you save more money because you ain't got to pay all them copays. Okay, and you're sparing your liver as well. That's a whole nother conversation. When you're talking to people who are middle-aged, okay, it's going to be middle-aged, they typically have money and they typically have some associations, co-workers or a friend circle. They typically are still pretty healthy, but what do people who are middle-aged typically don't have? They don't have no time. Thank you, Jess. They ain't got no time. Angie says she feel like a whole new person. Yeah, they need time. So we can actually help people get free time. I don't know about y'all, but it is my personal view that the best sleep ever had is like from like 10 in the morning to like 11 or 12, somewhere up in 9, 10, 11 o'clock, that's the best sleep in the world. You may not have had it in a while, but man, you might get up, do your thing. When you hit that pillow and you ain't got to get up until you feel like getting up, when your body tells you get up, best sleep you ever had in your life. You wake up refreshed. The reason why you wake up and you feel miserable is because that electronic rooster keep waking you up because you still got a job right now. So I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but you need to be building your business so that one day, even if you love your job, keep it. But one day your job becomes optional. Not today, not tomorrow, one day in the future. If you want to, you can make your job optional. And that's something you got to decide. I love telling Coach Marcus' story. Coach Marcus already made millions with an M, plural, and he still has the same job he's had for the last 2 decades. Why? Because he likes it and he's well respected there. If that's you, keep your job forever. But if you were like me and my job hated me and I hated my job, I was tired of being human target practice for criminals in law enforcement. I was like, man, I'm out. And I want you to have those options. Okay. So we're not down on jobs. We're just really up on opportunity. Okay. And the money is going to give you options. Thank you, Megan. Okay. So those are the niches, wealth, health, associations, and time. And you just kind of got to figure out what's the best approach for the person as you get to know them. The last thing I'll tell you about as far as the modules we went through is the franchise factor. Okay. You want to have systems in place. You want to have systems in place that allow you to build a business. System stands for save yourself some time, energy, and money. Okay. Save yourself some time, energy, and money because people get tired. Okay. Systems don't. Yeah, we had 8, it's actually 7, and I'll explain why. So we're not going to go into a detailed breakdown of the systems. We did that at the training for hours, right? And everybody got their notes on that. We're just going to tell you what they are. And if you feel free to develop your own systems if you want. But having a franchise factor for your business is critical because if you don't have a franchise factor, it's going to be hard to run a big business. You can look at a business like McDonald's, which is my favorite example because I used to work at McDonald's. It is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It is massive. Number one is that McDonald's is the number one owner of real estate in the world, by the way. They're everywhere in all the countries and all the airports. There's always McDonald's. The food isn't even good. And yet the system is so fine-tuned that a multi-billion-dollar company can be run by broke teenagers. Think about that. You have entrusted the number one place, the customer interface. That is where all the lawsuits come from. That's where all the money gets made, the point of sale. You've entrusted the most important part of the number one real estate owning company in the world, the number one restaurant chain of all time. All time. You've entrusted it to snot-nosed teenagers. I was 16 years old working at McDonald's in New Orleans, back when New Orleans was New Orleans. And to think about it now, what made it different? McDonald's had an orientation and an onboarding. And then you had on-the-job training, which someone who had been there 2 or 3 weeks was training you on what they learned 2 or 3 weeks ago. If you don't have that element, that franchise factor to your network marketing business, you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're going to be probably talented enough to recruit in retail, but you'll never have any duplication. You'll never have any freedom because you're not duplicating. You're not, write this down. In order to be successful in network marketing, I have to teach people to teach people to teach people. Until you get the teaching element 2, 3, 4 generations deep, you're not even duplicated yet. Well, Will, I sponsored some people and they hit bronze. You're not duplicated yet. But Will, my bronze just hit silver and they actually sponsored somebody who went diamond. You're still not duplicated yet. Ladies and gentlemen, until you are at least 3 to 4 generations deep of duplication, you are not duplicated. I don't care if you sponsor 200 people and make $80,000. You are missing the whole point of network marketing, okay? In order to be successful, you need to teach people to teach people to teach people. That is a gift, that is a skill. The example we used at the training was, for those of everybody, all those of us who all been parents at one time or another, if you tie your shoes, can you tie your children's shoes forever? Or do you need to teach your children how to tie their own shoes and let them make all those mistakes? Do it again. Do it again. If you get smart, you'll be like, I got it. And they'll figure it out, right? You have to give them the basics of how to tie their shoes, and then they can tie any type of shoe, any type of boot. They can definitely do Velcro. But even more importantly, okay, if you're blessed enough to become a grandparent, who's going to teach your grandchildren how to tie their shoes? It's not going to be you. It's going to be your kids. And so that's the value. You have to teach your children well. You have to it's not just enough to have your kids. You got to raise these jokers. You got to feed them the right stuff. When they're doing something wrong, you got to go upside their head and tell them. You got to reward. It is just like having children. Marketing is not that different from parenthood if you think about it. Okay? So when you educate, feed the right personal development, you're fostering deep relationships with your organization, you're teaching them. But as you teach them, you let them know, now listen, little buddy, you got to learn how to tie your shoes, man, because that ain't always going to be there. He's not always going to be there. So you got to get this down. And one day, you're going to be teaching other kids how to tie their shoes. Now, I just saw a great point in the comments. I knew who said it, came up on my screen for a second. That being said, and it's a great point in the comments. Whoever said it, I needed to come back up on the comment screen. I don't see it. You only going to teach the teachable. You only going to coach the coachable. Because another concept that we talked about outside of the franchise factor was the fact that desire and willingness. Write that down. I want to work with people who have desire, for they know what they want, and they have willingness. Now here's the thing. Desire means you got to want something different for your life in one of those categories. Well, Aaron, thank you, Aaron. Great point. You got to really want something more out of life in the areas of health, time, money, personal relationships, vacations. You got to want something. That's what that list of 20 reasons why is so valuable. That's why in my wallet, everywhere, okay? We always have our list of 20 reasons why top 4. Our top 4 is always in front of me. Wallet, desk, everywhere. Car, bathroom, open the drawer. Oh, there it is again. Okay. And so what happens is I want that every day. And the reason why some of you don't have what you want is because you don't want it every day. In fact, this is for somebody. Not only do you not want it every day, I'm going to tell you, you don't want it at all. Because if you really wanted it, you would already have it. I hate to say it, think about it. Anything you have in your life right now, you really wanted it and you made it happen. Anything you don't have, I don't care if it's your ideal weight, I don't care if it's the rank in your company, I don't care what it is. Anything you don't currently have, I hate to tell you, you simply don't want it bad enough. Okay, I'm just telling you, you don't want it bad enough. For example, how many people have ever had a real bad toothache, like a wisdom tooth or something brutal? Okay. When you got a bad toothache, I don't care what else is going on in your life. You are going to do whatever you got to do to get that resolved. The dentist say, I can see you went, I'm in. Anything you can give me for the pain before we even get to that point, I am in. Last time I went to the dentist, I had to get a wisdom tooth removed. And in hindsight, I don't even know if I needed to or not, but because I'm doing a lot of research on that, doesn't matter now. Tooth is gone. Listen, I never asked them how much it was, insurance or nothing. I just made the appointment, went there, and when I got out, the bill was over $1,000. It didn't even matter. Like whatever that was, I was paying. It has nothing to do with how much money I had. Zero. Because even if I had no money, I would find a way to pay them people. On a payment plan, let me go sweep the back. I'm going to get this done. When you really imagine if someone had literally set your head on fire, gasoline in a match, what is the only thing you'd be worried about? There's only one thing you'd be worried about, and that is water. I don't care if it was a dirty puddle. I don't care if it was a toilet right there. You are going to do something to get that fire out. That's it. Listen, your mama might call you. That call gotta wait. It gotta wait. Your husband might tell you, no, you don't need to put that, like they be talking to you about your business. You ain't got to worry about that business. Your wife might be, girlfriend might be telling you, no, that business, you ain't got to worry about putting that fire out on your head. You, your boss might tell you, nah, you got to come into work. You can't go for no event. You ain't worried about nothing. You ain't worried about your kids screaming. You ain't worried about your baby crying. If your head is literally on fire, then the one thing you're talking about doing. When you understand that level, I gotta have it, you will have it sooner than you think. But a lot of y'all aren't there yet. So spiritually, you may talk like you're there. You may do the dance like you're there, right? You may do it. You're not really there inside. Because when people talk to you, your spirit man or woman is talking to their spirit man or woman. And your spirit man or woman is telling them on a silent, subconscious level. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It don't say as a man say out his loud mouth. It says a man thinketh in his heart, deep down, subconscious, what you really feel. What you really feel, boss. Your subconscious, your spirit man is telling that person's spirit man, look, I'm telling you to join me. My mouth is giving you all the scripts that work in real life. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not serious enough about this. Honestly, I'm still working like 4 or 5 programs. I don't even really know if I can help you. The best I can do is literally probably sign you up, maybe get some fast start, hopefully plug you into some training because I don't know what I'm doing because I ain't took this stuff serious enough. I act like it. I'm on the Zooms, I'm hyping up, I'm making comments, but I'm not really trying to learn how to be great. That's literally the conversation that your inside person is having with other people. And guess what they tell you? Let me see who's paying attention this weekend. When your subconscious mind, when your spirit man is talking to other people and telling them, don't join me, you telling them out your mouth, join me. Your spirit is telling them, don't join me. I can't help you win. I only bought one product. I'm on all of them up for $12. I can't teach you how to make 100 grand. Guess what they're going to tell you out their mouth when their spirit get confused about you? What objection are they going to give you? If you're getting this objection, let me see who tuned in. What objection do people give you? Jessica got it. Thank you, White Knight Hill. Let me think about it. If people are telling you, let me think about it. If people are watching the video, they're watching the Detox Diva Zoom, they're checking out the information, they learn it from Coach Sonic, they see Coach Marcus present the pay plan. Coach Sonic done taught them how to do the business 10 times. Coach Marcus showed them how the money work. That's a whole millionaire. Tina breaking down the products for him like it's going out of style. Like, God, dog, I don't know about these products. All of that stuff is there for them. But when they talk to you, guess what they say? Man, I don't know. I got to think about it. That's crazy. That's because you haven't taken it seriously enough. But that's okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you. When they tell you get back to you, Selena, that's the be back bus. And we know the be back bus don't never come back. You in the rearview mirror on that one, partner. Okay, so that's that. That's about how bad you want it. So when we're talking about the franchise factor, let's dial it back in. We're going to wrap this call up shortly. If y'all getting some value out of this, put a 1 in the chat, please. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. These are the 7 systems that you really need to have in your business. If you can use the ones on recording that we have, if you don't have access to the replay, you better call your upline or your sponsor or somebody and say, man, can you explain to me what I missed it? My bag, I'll never miss another one again. But I need to know how to break down all these. We went through all the systems, okay? So systems number 1 we taught was retailing. And retailing has a follow-up system that we taught, the 5-day, 15-day, 25-day. We taught the follow-up system because it's a part of retailing. The second system we taught was recruiting. There's a million different ways to do it, but we taught the recruiting system there. We did scripts. We talked about how to get people to enroll with you from Facebook, how to send videos, how to do presentations. A lot of fun on that one. And on that one, there was also a follow-up script. We do a max 2 follow-up, 24-hour follow-up, 48 to 72-hour follow-up for recruiting. So that was a lot of fun. So retailing is the first system you need to have. That's a system to acquire customers. The second system is recruiting. That's a system to acquire new business builders. And they need to be done in that order, retailing and recruiting. Retail first, recruit second. And follow-up is built into both of those systems. So you don't need a follow-up system per se because the follow-ups are part of those systems. You can't do them without follow-up at some point. The third system we taught was onboarding. There was a 10-step process we went through on how to onboard a new rep. We taught you that at the event. So everybody learned how to onboard the new reps and get them off to a fast start. We even taught you how to get their first couple customers to make their money back. That's where all of those orders came from. And we've been polishing that system up from event to event. Congratulations to not just Derek Jamat and Lynette and Marcellus Mack as well, and all our previous contest winners who showed up. Congratulations to Nakia Ray and Ed Spears as well for tying a tie with our contest this weekend. So they got some great recognition coming for them at the next event, which we'll talk about shortly, by the way. Next up is going to be a launch system. You need to have a system of launch and relaunch, okay, which is super enrolling. And yeah, definitely. Tina said it. Yeah, we had at least 3 or 4 guests who showed up. They enrolled and they ended up going influencer. A couple of them went bronze. It was really powerful to see guests come to a training, decide to join our business family, and start making money. And one of them made their money back that day within 30 minutes. And now they can just go teach people how to do that. It's going to be amazing. So you have to have a launch system. We talked about step by step how to launch your business for the first time, and you never have to launch your business ever again, okay? How many people who made money on Saturday or Sunday saw extra little bit of bonus money on Monday? Some of y'all saw a lot of it, okay? Some people put a 1 in the chat if you saw some extra money on Monday, you got paid a matrix payment and you've never seen that before. Yeah, a lot of people putting 1 in the chat right now. Because at GoDasana, unlike any other company in the history of the universe, when you sign somebody up or when you sell a product, you're going to get paid 3 times every time. You're going to get paid 1 time daily, right when the sale happens. You're going to get paid again the following Monday. Then you're going to get paid again at the first of the month. So for all of y'all who enrolled people this weekend, y'all got paid on Saturday. Y'all got paid again this past Monday. Guess what? On February the 1st or 2nd, in a couple of days, you're going to get paid again for the work you did on Saturday. That is called residual income, and nobody does it like GoDasana with daily, weekly, and monthly pay for every enrollment and every customer. I have never seen nothing like it. You can go to a company and get paid 1 time. Go there. Go get paid 1 time. We're going to get paid 3 times for the same amount of work they get paid for 1 time. It's just math. It's just math. If you know how to count, to 5, you're gonna probably be at GoDasana. You can't count, man. You probably join some other companies. So there's a launch system you have to learn. It's so true. The next thing is a recognition system. Now we have a social media based and event based recognition system. If you got a medal, if you got a bronze, if you got a silver, if you got a gold, if you got a trophy, if you got an award, some people got 2 or 3 medals and 2 or 3 awards. We had leaders like Ed Spears, Charlotte Whitaker as well, giving away awards. Thank you. Look, I got mine. I got to put mine up. I got a surprise award this event, but I was too tickled. I got this plaque of recognition from Team Elite, Charlotte Whitaker right there. Not sure if y'all can see it because of the blur feature, but it's I was so happy about this. I can't wait to put this up on my wall. I want to thank Team Elite and Charlotte Whitaker and Kenya for that as well. But a lot of people got awards this time. And in previous events, Coach Marcus, Coach Sonic, and others have given. So if you're a leader and you come to one of our events, man, and you want a special time period to recognize your team, and you have award, not just get up there blowing smoke, but if you have awards for your team, you need to let us know in advance so we schedule that for you so you can have that moment to really love on your people, man. Like recognition is huge, and you need to have a system for that. We have a system, and you got a chance to experience that live, okay? Last but not least, 2 more systems. There is a retention system. We're not going to teach it. We taught it at the event. A retention system where you can keep 40 to 50% of the people in your business who would normally quit. That's why our teams are so strong. That's why people sometimes leave our companies, and guess what they do a lot of times? Come on back. Why? Because the retention system is so powerful. The products do what they say they're going to do, and the money, like we already discussed, three payments for the price of 1. You just can't beat that, okay? But we have a retention system in place, and actually our videographer and weekend MVP Keith Foster, we're working together right now to get you not 1 but 2 tools that once you add them to your retention system, your retention for your team should go to above 50%. It's never going to be 100%. Get over that. But it's going to go from here to here. We're working on the tools for you. We'll definitely have them by Dallas. We have audio and visual tools being created for you right now, which is going to help your business go from here to here. And that'll be for our team members who are coming to hang out with us in Dallas. We're upgrading these systems for you. They're already great. The systems are good enough to make you $1 million. I've already proved that, but we are upgrading them for you in Dallas as well. So next up, the last system you have to have is a personal development system. It's incredible. You got to have it. We told you a personal development system that you have to get your new members started on enrolling. If you don't have a personal development system that you're starting them on day one, and what is personal development system, Will? It is a predictable pattern of basically homework assignments, videos, audios, things of that nature, where you are helping people acquire the skill sets, the mindsets, and the attitudes necessary to build a successful business and live a successful life. If you don't have some type of system in place, books, audios, videos, if you don't have a system, clicking on 3 links a day, if you don't have some type of system for people to acquire product knowledge, skills, compensation plan, personal development, leadership, influence, motivation, ethics, loyalty, if you don't have a system in place where you can tell people what to do on a daily basis to acquire the skill sets, mindsets, and attitudes that lead to successful business and success in life, you're missing one of the most important systems. You can't just sign people up, wind them up, and turn them loose. You got to have systems in place. Okay, so let's close the call with this. We got about, what, 8, 9 minutes left. We also covered a skills list, okay? A skills assessment checklist of 25 skills. We have several copies of this. I think MJ might have made, we may have a digital copy. I think she made a digital copy. What I'll do in the event group, I will post a digital copy. So those of y'all who weren't there in person and the people there in person, you can get a copy of the skills assessment. We made this. This is proprietary information. That's why people are signing NDAs digitally and things like that. This is the most comprehensive and most accurate skills assessment checklist in the history of network marketing. No other company, no other team. Now, mind you, people are going to steal this and everybody's going to use it. And that's okay. If it makes the industry better, guess what? We're not mad at that. We are not the people who, oh, you can't steal out. No, people are going to use this because it's just so dang good. And it's the 25 skills split up between recruiting and retailing, team building and duplication, and then leadership. And these are the core, hardcore 25 network marketing skills. And on one half of the digital version that you'll be able to print out, or yeah, we're going to put it in the group, okay? One side of it is going to say, like, I know this skill. And the other side is going to say, I need to learn this skill. I know this skill. I need to learn this skill. And you can do your own self-assessment, because self-assessment and self-evaluation is skill number 20. The ability, your ability to evaluate yourself and other people about their skill sets, mindsets, recruiting, retailing. We gave you systems, equations that you can use to decide, to determine, quote unquote, how good you are at the business. All right. So let's close this out. We'll do a little bit of product training, and then we'll close out with our $200 giveaway tonight. Coach Sonic is going to pick the first question, or he can do a random number selection. Totally up to him. If he wants to do a random number selection, I'll knock it, totally up to him. And then Coach Marcus is going to have the second one, which is going to be either random number selection, or he's going to ask a question in the chat, and he's going to figure out who answers it. So so once I finish this last little bit of training and tell you about the Dallas event, we're going to shift it over to Coach Marcus, and he's going to get the Zoom, and he can do it. And then we'll be off recording for that. And then Coach Sonic is going to do his, and he'll take over the camera and the microphone. And when Coach Sonic does his, whoever wins, y'all message me on Facebook. I'll send you the money. And if whoever wins Coach Marcus's, you message him, and he'll send you the cash. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal. We'll figure it out, whatever. Okay. So let's do this as we finish up. You can write down. Let me just do a quick product highlight. This is really special for me. We'll talk about our lavender essential oil for 60 seconds. If all I can do, I'll tell you about lavender essential oil, is that it does a whole lot of incredible stuff for relaxing and raising your vibration. One of the things a lot of people don't know is that lavender is a super carrier. Okay, lavender is a super carrier. And because lavender is a super carrier, it was determined by Harvard doctors, by the way, it was determined that if you use any other oil in the presence of lavender, it is going to make the oil that is in the presence with more effective. Okay, it's going to make it more effective. That's why we have a whole lavender apothecary in the back office. So lavender is going to do all the stuff you think it does, but it also makes any other oil more effective. But again, listen to the responsible safety precautions, because oils are serious business. All right. So we're not claiming that the products treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We're not claiming that you're guaranteed to make any amount of money, but I'm letting you know they're responsible safety precautions that you should adhere to. Okay. Next up, we'll talk about lemon oil. Everybody knows that lemon puts you in a good mood. Lemon's a great disinfectant. When you drink lemon, it's good for digestion. But did you know that lemon is one of the oils that prevents your DNA from aging? It's going to prevent your telomere DNA strands from shrinking. So your DNA, your telomere strands are going to shrink, okay, throughout your aging process. Lemon is going to prevent them from shrinking. It's going to literally slow down the aging process. If you ever go to Italy, I've been a couple of times and I highly recommend you go. Certain regions of Italy, people just don't be aging. They be drinking, they be smoking. There are books written about these people. They just be as happy as larks. There's so many lemons everywhere in certain regions of Italy. You can walk down the street with a basket, just be picking them off the tree on the side of the road. Nobody cares. Nobody's charging you. Nobody cares because there's so many lemons. Lemons is incorporated into every part of their culture in some regions of the country, and they drink lemon water. Lemon water not only will literally prevent you from, it slows down the aging process inside your body. Drinking lemon essential oil, as real lemon essential oil, not Walmart, Amazon lemon oil. Like, get over that. Companies are coming out with essential oils that I wouldn't give to my dog. Okay, but our lemon oil is so pure, you can ingest it. That's so crazy to have oils at that level. And other companies are coming out with essential oils just because we got them. So I don't care if they claim to be the biggest company in the world. Y'all could be Goliath. Y'all watching David today. I can promise you that. Y'all are watching David today, and everything we do, y'all trying to do. They even trying to have events now. Why? Because we do. That's all it is. That's life. So when you get the lemon oil, you put it in your water and you drink it, it's not only going to slow down your aging. This is all clinically proven PubMed.gov research, by the way. Lemon is also going to reverse DNA damage by up to 33%. So a lot of people have damaged DNA from UV exposure, from laptops, from different cell phone, all that radiation. Drinking lemon essential oil and water is going to reverse your DNA damage by up to 33%. That is a big deal. That is clinically proven. This right here, fountain of youth, can't beat it. Next up, tell you a quick point about peppermint. For all my athletes that's working out, this is some more PubMed.gov research. I'm trying to give y'all maximum value tonight before we wrap up this call. Peppermint oil is going to, if you put a little, don't put a lot. I'm talking to Glamour Jen about this. Do not put a lot of peppermint oil in your water. You can put 10, 20 drops of lemon, depending on how much water you got. But peppermint, man, 3, 4, 5 max. I think somebody did 8 and almost, they had the freshest breath this side of the Mason-Dixon. Listen, just 1, 2, 3 tops, get a feel for it. Get a feel for it. Peppermint oil is so potent. It is, but this is what it does for my athletes. Anybody, Rasan is a grown man. He say 1 drop is enough for him, okay? Here we go. Even that, because peppermint oil is 1,000,000 times more potent than the peppermint leaf. That I learned that from Mr. Kua Offset at one of our trainings. We talked about spearmint at the event, but for a different reason, Kara. Peppermint is what we're talking. Yeah, so spearmint's good too, but peppermint does this for my athletes. Peppermint is going to increase your cardiovascular capacity. You will have better cardio, okay, if you drink peppermint water 15 minutes before any athletic event. Your kids need to know this. If you have peppermint, it will increase your vertical leap and your explosive ability of your muscles. Peppermint water is one of the number one things you can do is drink peppermint water. Peppermint water is going to increase your grip strength and muscular tension, which means you can lift more weights. You literally have stronger hands and stronger muscles when you use peppermint oil 15 minutes before a workout. And sip on it throughout the workout. It's amazing. And if you really want to take your workout to another level, drink lemon and peppermint water, okay, together. That's what you sip on while you're working out. You can put it on your feet, Wendy, but the scientific research that demonstrated these experiments and these groups of athletes was consuming in water. So that was the best way to take peppermint or lemon oil is going to be consuming in water and inhaling second, okay? And then, so if you want to supercharge your workout, you're going to use one, Coach Marcus's essential oil blends that he taught me how to use with Primal and Sun and all that goodness. But you want to put peppermint, 1 or 2 drops of peppermint oil in water, maybe 8 to 10 drops of lemon. You start drinking that 15 minutes before your workout and make 2 bottles and keep sipping on it throughout your workout. And then the other part of it is, and remember, like Didi said, yeah, check out the responsible safety precautions. If you got medical issues or pregnant or nursing or anything like that, hit the QR code, look at the responsible safety precautions, and don't do this stuff. Okay, don't use these oils are real deal. And then another thing you can do, you can use lavender ice. I got some somewhere around here. You can use lavender ice before you work out and use it while you're working out, because lavender ice has lavender in it and peppermint. And lavender, as we just discussed, makes the peppermint all even stronger. So this is the workout, the workout trifecta. Primal and sun are in there, but lemon, peppermint, and lavender ice. That's the workout blend right there. That is the scientifically validated, I don't know if y'all can see it, the scientifically validated PubMed.gov official, Harvard doctor reviewed workout blend for athletes, period. Can't beat it. Last one we'll talk about rosemary just a little bit, and then we'll talk about what we'll end the recording, and we'll do the Dallas. We'll talk about our contest, and we'll do the Dallas information for our next boot camp. This rosemary is so magical and so special. Let me tell you what rosemary does. You can just get a couple drops, inhale it, and rub the left on underneath your ribs on your left or your right side. Rosemary is going to be one of the only oils in the history of the world that does two incredible things. Number one, it's going to do exactly what lemon oil does as far as preventing your telomeres from shrinking. It literally slows down the aging process. What rosemary also does, unlike a lot of other oils, there's only 6 oils that do this. Rosemary is one of them. It is going to extend your telomere length, actually extending your lifespan. So rosemary, one of the only oil that does both of those things. It prevents telomere DNA shrinking, and it actually elongates your telomeres and your DNA strands and causes you to live longer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, I hate to say it, there is no company in the world with the diversity or caliber of products that we have. I know that there are some great companies out there that pride themselves on having the newest, coolest digital widget and, you know, whatever they're promoting, the next shiny object. I'm all about whatever that is. Carry on. There are companies out here that say, we got essential oils, but they're so bad, you can get them for $1. Well, I don't want dollar store essential oils. In fact, our compensation plan makes it such that we got cash money. We get paid triple for every one order. So we can afford the best products in the world. And quite frankly, you cannot put a price tag on your health. So I don't need, thank you, Miriam, I don't need Hobby Lobby essential oils. I don't need Hobby Lobby magnesium. I want the best in the world. And if it's not the best in the world, it's not good enough for my body. When you realize that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, when you realize you are the equivalent of a Maybach Benz times 10, you will stop taking this dollar store Circle K approach to your health. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't want cheap. I want the best, because God wants the best for his children. And we are not out here scraping out like dogs for scraps off the table, period. If it ain't filet mignon, I don't want it. I don't want it. Michelin rated, I don't want it. And you, when you get to that level of your desire and your belief in what you deserve, you will never bargain shop another day in your life. You will not do it, because you know better. And if you don't want your children putting Circle K gas in their Ferrari, which is their little body, you don't want them eating trash or using cheap stuff. You want your kids to have the best. God wants the best for you. I'm pretty sure there's 100 verses about that, but that's another call. So let's do this. Let's talk about Dallas right quick. Let's do the contest and wrap it up. If you want to cut the recording, Coach Sultana, you can, totally up to you. Or if you want to leave it, and we can include this section about the next boot camp, totally up to y'all. All right. I guess we're going to keep recording. Okay. So let's talk about Dallas right quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Our Dallas event is going to be Friday, May the 3rd, Saturday, May the 4th, and Sunday, May the 5th, okay, of 2024. That is the first weekend in May, okay, in Dallas, Texas. There are 2 airports in Dallas. There's Dallas Love Field, which is my preferred airport. There is also DFW, which is also pretty good, but they're both going to be about equidistant from the venue. We are looking at 2 different venues right now, and y'all know we'll have a venue for you probably in a month or so. It's going to take a minute. Then I have to go there. I got to look the venues, check everything out. How many people enjoyed the venue we had at Orange Beach? How many people enjoyed the Bohemian who've been to our events before? The temperature was great, plenty of restrooms, restaurants nearby, parking was easy. Yeah, it was one of our favorite venues. And that's one of the different things. Sometimes I'll travel and go see a venue first. Sometimes I won't. I'm never going to not go see the venue first again because I loved that venue. It was great across the board, and they had people just stumbling in trying to see what we was doing. It was amazing. And so that being said, so we're going to announce the venue a little bit later. So on Friday, May the 3rd, we are going to have not just one, but two opportunities to meet and greet because of when people's flights come in. So we have one. Now, these locations for the meet and greet, I already know. I will share these in the Dallas group. The first meet and greet, I promise you, ain't none of y'all never been there. And that's going to be from 6 to 8 on Friday, May the 3rd. For those who come in a little bit later, or people who just want to keep the party going, we have another meet and greet on Friday night from 9 to 11. Okay, it's gonna be amazing. So we have two opportunities to meet and greet. I will be at both because I know these venues well in Dallas. I used to live there, and you are going to love these venues. The second venue, you do have to be 18 or older to get into that venue, but boy, it is a banger. Y'all gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing. That's all I'm telling y'all. Just for the first one, it's casual. The second one, come dressed to impress. It's gonna be a blast. I'm telling you, Friday night gonna be absolutely turned. I can't wait. Okay. Now Saturday, 9 to 6. Y'all know the drill. We ain't changing nothing. Registration is gonna start at 8:30, 8:45. At 9:15, our keynote speaker is gonna start the day. Okay. I'm not telling y'all who it is. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. They are on this call though. And we're going to have our keynote starting at 9:15 sharp. Y'all know the rules. If you're not in the building by 9:15, you got to wait till they're done. You can come in at 10. Doors locked. It's what it is, man. We as merciful as possible with that, especially due to the weather. But we had an incredible time across the board. So that's Saturday from 9 to 6. Of course, we got recognition right around 5 or 6 o'clock, and it's going to be amazing, okay? Now, Eve is saying she's going to be there virtually, but I don't know. Eve might make 30 bands over the next 90 days. I don't know what Eve might do. Eve might be there in person. We going to see. Okay. Last but not least, we have Sunday. Sunday is going to be from 11 to 2. We have our Sunday fun day. We had a great time. We went to the OA theme park. We was on roller coasters. It was bananas. We had an incredible time. Steven passed out on one of the rides. It was a little too lit for him. He wasn't ready for it. We had a great time. MJ and Keith and them were losing their mind. Selena and them was on the crazy roller coaster. Y'all can get out of my face with that. It was bananas. Tanya was an absolute adrenaline junkie. I've never seen this side of her before. Whack-a-mole was rigged. I think Mandy or Selena won. Whoever won, it was rigged. We getting into the people. Mandy was going off. Mandy came all the way from camp. I don't want to hear about nobody not coming. Mandy was here from Canada, turned up. Mandy had we had fun meeting Mandy. It was amazing. Mandy speaking French. You're like, I don't know what she's saying, but it sounded cool. We had an incredible time with our family and we loved it. And for the people who weren't there, which is cool, they were doing trainings with their teams and their leadership. So no matter what goes on Sunday, you either gonna be having fun with us from 11 to 2. I already know the venue. So yeah, Charlotte, we got in the race cars. Well, yes, we got in the race cars. There's video footage of that. I ain't saying how fast they went if they went at all. We was in them though. We was in them. All right. And we was at the arcade turning up. I think Mac scored like 100 some points in the basketball. It was just it was a really great day. But that being said, we have a Sunday fun day from 11 to 2. Okay. On Sunday in Dallas, we already got that dialed in. And then, of course, we're going to have our family dinner. We're going to have our family dinner at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. on Sunday. And that's one of the best parts. Jessica and Rasan beat the Jurassic Park game. Yeah, it was lit. So even if you're hanging out with us on Sunday fun day, that's cool. If not, your team leadership, okay, may be having special trainings after the event at their Airbnbs or venues. So it's something to do for everybody. And it is a great time, but everybody came together for the family dinner and it was magical. So that's going to be it. We'll have more details coming out. If you want to get your tickets, the tickets are going live tonight. There will be $25 early bird tickets. They will probably go up in the future. We didn't last time. We probably will have them go up last time. And Coach Marcus, can you put in the chat the Cash App, the Zelle, and the PayPal if people want to get their $25 early bird ticket? You can get it. I'm gonna tell you, at the last event we had like 2 or 3 chairs left. That was about to be it for tables and chairs. Okay, this one is going to sell out just like the last one did. You might have a chair left in the place, and based on the venue, you may not even be able to stand up. So the events have been going up and up and up in increase. So we can only sell so many live in-person tickets. Once those tickets are sold out, we will open up an online option. But for right now, the dates are going to be May the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. Okay, 100% will sell out just like the last one, but we will have some online options available for you. But as you all know, when you come live, you get access to always one thing that is going to be so special. If you weren't there, you're going to be mad you weren't. And for those of y'all who were there, y'all know how important that was who were there. It's no disrespect. People couldn't make it. It's okay. Do your best to make it to Dallas, because that is where we put people's business in a quantum leap time machine, and we fast forward that thing 3 to 5 years. Rasan said that was huge. Yeah. Eric Worre ain't doing that. Tony Robbins ain't doing that. He ain't doing that, right? I love Tony Robbins. I'll go to Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny all day, but he ain't taking my business and putting that thing up here like Eddie and Coach Marcus do. Like, he ain't do that. Okay, so that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all so much. Coach Marcus just put that in there. Yeah, Tanya said she made money being there live. Some people recoup their money in the room. It was ridiculous. And even if you've already participated in that contest, bring 5 or 6 team members to the event. You bring 5 or 6 team members to the event, your business is going to explode because they ain't never been. They going to get 5, 10 orders. You'll see. It is what it is, man. But it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see people going there. So those tickets are going at $25. They're available right now. Last but not least, if you want to test your mic, we got Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. And Coach Marcus put all those in there. Yes, Cinco de Mayo, and yes, just know Cinco de Mayo on Sunday is gonna be. Well, y'all will see. Just be there. Just be there. Okay. Last but not least, I'm gonna tell you, we can drop this in the chat as well. We're about to do the giveaway contest for $200 right now. Seymour said his guest signed up at the event and made multiple orders. Amazing. Imagine if you had 10, 20 team members at that event. What would your downline look like the next day? Bonkers is what it would look like. Eddie had a squad there. I know Ed Check on Monday was banging. I already know it was banging. You ain't got to tell me. I know it. Okay. So last but not least, if you want to test your skills, we put up a skill. There is a 99-cent admin fee, but if you want to take the quiz to test your might against some of the top minds at Green Organics companies, you can now go to www.greenorganicsquiz.com and you can take a quiz. And if you pass, which a lot of people didn't, if you pass, you'll get a certificate that you can print out, and you have passed your first official Green Organics quiz. And that's available for you at www.greenorganicsquiz.com. It's kind of tough, but you might be able to do it. And then we have a new quiz coming out next week, which is going to be based on the products. So every month we have a different quiz for you to test your might, test your skills, and see where you're at as far as your knowledge. Because when you have a certain amount of knowledge in your brain, your prospects know that you have what it takes to help them win. Okay. So that being said, I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and cut that recording. Get those tickets before they